This Sunday will be the Season 2 premiere of Westworld. Here are 6 things to remember before tuning in no particular order. During the last episode of the first season, Maeve makes a few alterations to her new friends Hector and Armistice. With their controls, she sets their aggression way up, but also lowering their pain receptors. So they should be fun characters to look out for, especially considering the post-credit scene was used to show Armistice escaping in a completely badass way.
Get to the ground! Now! Seesaw motor functions! Seesaw motor functions!
Another thing teased in the finale were the samurai hosts. Instead of the normal Westworld logo having the 2 W's, this area had SW, which could mean a variety of things, but it'll likely mean Samurai World or Shogun World. A shogun was a ruler in feudal Japan when samurai were still a thing. I think it would have been cooler if they just called this new park Eastworld, however. It'll be interesting to find out where this new park was going to be. If there are some hosts in Japan or any other location, their threat level would drastically increase. But regardless, the samurai should play a fairly significant role in Season 2. In Ford's final speech before Dolores shoots him in the back of the head, he does say, everybody will be players in this new and last narrative. So this does kind of point at the whole world being affected by the hosts turning on humans. A few rogue AIs shouldn't be that difficult to handle, but if there are multiple locations where this rebellion will take place, it would be it for humans. And if they start mass producing more hosts to join their cause, they might as well just give up.
So I hope you will enjoy this last piece very much.
In episode 7, Ford is shown creating a new host in his private facility. There's a ton of possibilities of who this host could be, and it's possible it was completed before the finale. It was part of Ford's narrative to have Dolores kill him in front of the large crowd, so he could have just faked his death by having Dolores shoot a host version of himself. Earlier on, he did have Bernard kill Teresa in episode 7, so this new host could be in the likeliness of her to cover up her murder. I'm hoping he did fake his own death because I want to see more of Ford. The writers really did deliver when it came to coming up with his script. Anthony Hopkins' acting was just as impressive. After putting Bernard through this traumatic moment, Ford reveals the key to solving the maze was suffering. The more a host suffers, the closer they are to realness and consciousness. This revelation is nice to remember, but what makes this moment important is that Bernard is one step closer to complete sentience, and that Ford is on the same side as his old partner Arnold. He could have had Bernard completely shut himself down by shooting the right spot, but he was easily repaired with his memories intact. Ford wants the host to go through the maze just as Arnold did. He even seemingly killed himself in the same way Arnold did all those years in the past.
Bernard, I told you Arnold didn't know how to save you. I do.
What the hell are you talking about?
You will need to suffer more.
After all of Maeve's planning to escape, Bernard informs her that her narrative was changed to make her want to escape.
These things you're doing, have you ever stopped to ask why you're doing them?
Up until this point, she believed it was all her free will driving her out of Westworld, but she was just being controlled. Even with this information, she still makes her way onto the train. At the last minute, she gets up and returns to Westworld where all the hosts are. So we learn that Dolores and even Maeve are still under the command of their narratives, so more suffering is to come if they want to break free. I think I'll be doing weekly Westworld videos during Season 2 with some Game of Thrones videos sprinkled in, so you can subscribe if you want to see any of that. Thanks for watching, I'll see you guys soon.